Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are Team Trestle, a 6-member interactive digital media team. In partnership with Dr. Elizabeth Hassrick, a sociologist from the Drexel Autism Institute, we created Trestle. Built from the ground up, Trestle is a web application that bridges communication between parents, teachers, and other caregivers in the lives of students with autism spectrum disorder. This next short video will better explain Dr. Hassrick's research as well as the purpose of our application.
My name is Elizabeth Hassrick. I'm an assistant professor here at the AJ Drexel Autism Institute. Our mission here at the Institute is to help people on the spectrum, their families, their communities, organizations that support them, to help coordinate and support people on the spectrum across the life course. So as a sociologist, my goal is to create tools to help do this for people on the spectrum. Previously, collecting data about how people are coordinating to help people on the spectrum, I've been using pen and paper instruments that take a lot of time. They're pretty inaccurate. You can have a lot of trouble transferring the pen and paper data onto databases for analysis. A lot of mistakes can be made during that time. For the app, parents will be able to work with teachers and paraprofessionals and aides and bus aides and school administrators who are involved in intervention for these children on the spectrum. And you can also include people in the community and bring them into the circle of people, the team that's working for the child. And the school administrators will be managing this from the school side. The family will be able to give all the permissions so that we're making sure that we're complying with all HIPAA requirements, and my job will be to be, managing, tracking, analyzing, and feeding back the data to the participants.
So hi everyone, I'm Craig, a designer and project manager for Team Trestle. To quickly recap the video, there were 2 primary obstacles we tackled in creating Trestle. First was Dr. Hassrick's method of paper and pencil data collection. This was very tedious and unreliable. Second, Dr. Hassrick discovered that parents and teachers of students with autism were often communicating poorly or not at all. These obstacles came to light during our initial meetings with Dr. Hassrick. As we continued to meet and discuss our research, the goals and needs of the application started to become clear. One of the first things we needed to do was figure out who our users would be. Based on the people involved in Dr. Hassrick's research, we determined our app would have 4 main user types. First is Dr. Hassrick. She is responsible for managing and entering all Trestle accounts. Second is the school administrator. The school administrator is a faculty member at a school where Dr. Hassrick is conducting her research. They are responsible for pairing the students to the teachers that they work with throughout the school day. Lastly, parents and teachers make up our 2 main user groups. They generate the majority of the data used in Dr. Hassrick's research. We'll come back to talk more about these user types a little bit later, but first we'll talk about our design process.
Hi everyone, I'm Diego and I was part of the design team. From the start, we designed Trestle to be simple, intuitive, but also fun. This helps streamline the data collection process, but also provided an engaging user experience. We utilized whiteboards to map out our designs and refine our ideas. And from these brainstorming sessions, we created user journeys. These user journeys helped us see how the users would navigate throughout the application. We then created wireframes for each of our different user types. They helped us figure out where the content would be placed before any styling was applied.
Hello everyone, I'm Farah. I'm also part of the design team. As stated before, we wanted to design Trestle to be simple, intuitive, but fun. After multiple iterations based on a sort of feedback and research, we were able to come up with fully custom, colorful, and clean look. In addition to all the elements in the style guide, we also wanted to include our Trestle mascot into the design as well. By appearing throughout the app, the Trestle mascot as a more friendlier and inviting feel.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt. I'm also on the design team, and I focused on user experience design in particular to make sure that our app resonated well with potential users. We applied our style guide to our overall design to create a cohesive, simple to navigate application. Our colorful theme helped guide the user's attention throughout the app to buttons, menus, and areas of the page. While we were developing the app, we were able to test our app in prototyping software called Envision. Through Envision, we were able to gain valuable feedback from parents, teachers, and colleagues of Dr. Hassrick. With this feedback, we were able to make changes to our design and change our prototype accordingly.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the front-end developer. The front-end developer is responsible for coding everything within the application that the user sees. As Craig previously mentioned, Trestle has 4 different user groups. There's Dr. Hassrick, the school administrator, the teachers, and the parents. Now I'm going to walk through how each user type uses Trestle. When Dr. Hassrick logs in, she's able to add different school groups based on the schools participating in her research. Within these school groups, she's able to add and delete parents and teachers, as well as assign a school administrator. Next, when the school administrator logs in, they're able to pair the teachers with the students that they're working with. Finally, when the parents and teachers log in, they're able to view different children's profiles. You can think of these profiles as sort of like Facebook timelines, but instead of updating progress about themselves, they're updating progress about how the child learns. Within these progress, they're called the feedback modules. And within the feedback modules, they're posting the strategies that they use to help the child learn. These strategies could be anything, such as using flashcards to help teach vocabulary, or using positive reinforcement to help teach proper social actions. Finally, once a week, the parents and teachers are asked to fill out simple questionnaires filled with questions determined by Dr. Hassrick for the research that she's conducting.
Hi, I'm Jake, the team's backend developer. As a backend developer, I was responsible for making sure that the data the users generated was properly stored within our database. Trestle was built on 4 core technologies: MongoDB, Express, AngularJS, and Node.js. Together, these are conveniently called the MEAN technology stack. Using these software technologies allowed Sarah and I the opportunity to challenge and build on our development skills, while also building Trestle on a high-functioning and reliable platform, one that's well respected within the industry. 2 additional components to Trestle's development were data storage and data security. We learned how to store our data on Amazon Web Services to make sure it was in secure and dependable hands. We also made sure to build Trestle around industry's best security practices while encrypting connections and hashing personal user information. This user data was answers to questionnaires that Sarah just talked about, as well as feedback parents and teachers leave for children. Lastly, once all of this valuable information is stored within our database, Dr. Hassrick only has to click a single button now to download it all and begin using it within our research. A much easier process than before. We hope that with Trestle's help, Dr. Hassrick will be able to quickly further her research to new levels.
We'd like to thank you all for being here today as we were able to walk through Trestle in front of all of you. We'd like to give a special thank you to Troy Finnemore, our advisor throughout this whole process, Professor Robert Lloyd, Dr. Elizabeth Hassrick, and everyone who's participated in her research, the entire Digham faculty for their feedback along the way, and of course our family and friends for their unconditional love and support. Thank you very much, and check out our booth after the show.